The Road's Dark Secret. I had always been a fan of horror stories and the adrenaline rush they brought, but little did I know that one day I would become the protagonist of my own terrifying tale. It was a misty autumn evening when I found myself walking alone down an old, desolate road in the countryside. The sun had set, and the darkness seemed to swallow everything in its path. I needed to get back home, and this shortcut through the woods seemed like a good idea at the time. However, as I ventured deeper into the shadows, an unsettling feeling gnawed at the pit of my stomach. The air was thick with an eerie silence that only amplified the sound of my footsteps. The faint glow of the moon provided meager light, casting eerie shadows that danced along the edges of the road. Despite my fear, I pushed onward, convincing myself it was just my imagination playing tricks. As I walked, the road became more and more unfamiliar. It was as though the very landscape around me was shifting. I could have sworn that the twisted trees were whispering to each other, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, trying to pull me into the darkness. I picked up my pace, desperate to escape this unsettling environment, but the road seemed to stretch on infinitely, leading me deeper into the unknown. Suddenly, I heard a distant sound, like the echo of laughter carried by the wind. It was faint but unmistakable. I glanced around, but there was no one in sight. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination, but the laughter grew louder, more sinister, as if it were closing in on me. Panic gripped me, and my heart pounded in my chest. I quickened my pace, but the road seemed to mock me, never allowing me to escape. I felt a sudden chill in the air, and my breath misted in front of me. The forest seemed to come alive, and the shadows writhed around me, taking form. I saw vague, twisted shapes moving just at the edge of my vision, disappearing when I turned to look at them directly. My mind was playing tricks on me, or at least, that's what I tried to tell myself. As I walked on, I stumbled upon an old, dilapidated house that appeared to have been abandoned for years. Its windows were shattered, and the roof sagged under the weight of time. Despite the ominous aura surrounding the place, I felt drawn to it, as if an invisible force was pulling me in. The laughter grew louder and seemed to be coming from within the decaying structure. Reluctantly, I stepped inside. The flow,